Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Seattle Pilots versus the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. On the mound for the Pilots today is Jim Bouton making his season debut. And pitching for the Red Sox today is Dick Ellsworth, also making his season debut. And so the Seattle Pilots get their first franchise victory yesterday, actually 2 days ago. We took the day off yesterday because I had to do my 1980 Detroit Lions alternate history game versus the Buccaneers. So it was 2 days ago when the Pilots got their first franchise victory, 7-4. We won in the 11th inning on a 3-run home run from our catcher, Jerry McMurtney. And because of that, he's going to go ahead and get the day off today, as we play our third of 4 games at Fenway Park. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned, we have the Detroit Lions alternate history going. And if you enjoy this type of content, check out our playlist. We have all of from 1980 to 1983 for the Detroit Tigers season replay. So we have Jim Bouton on the mound today. We're going to talk more about him shortly. If you look at our bullpen, we have 3 bullpen arms that are unavailable for today. So we need Bouton to give us at least 6 solid innings. With going into extra innings yesterday, we unfortunately taxed part of our bullpen. So, Jim Bouton on the mound, and here's our lineup versus the left-hander Dick Ellsworth. We've got Freddie Velazquez in there, getting his first start of the season at catcher, and Gordy Lund finds his way back into the lineup at short, as does Wayne Comer in center field. Everybody else is the same. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Seattle Pilots lineup rundown for today's game. Batting leadoff in right field is Tommy Harper. Batting second in left field is Mike Hegan. Batting third and playing third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup at first base is Don Mincher. Batting fifth in center field is Wayne Comer. Batting sixth, playing second base, is Fred Stanley. Batting seventh at shortstop is Gordy Lund. Batting eighth and catching is Freddie Velazquez. And batting ninth is Jim Bouton, our pitcher. Dick Ellsworth on the mound for the Red Sox. You can see here he made 28 starts last season, going 16-7 with a 3.03 ERA. 106 Ks in 196 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .261 against him last year. 10 complete games with a shutout. His fastball tops out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 33.3%. So a lot of fly balls from this guy, which is odd because he does have a sinking fastball. That is his best pitch, rated an 82. Overall rated an 80. The 29-year-old lefty becomes a free agent at the end of the season. Also, Dick Ellsworth, he just passed away 2 weeks ago today. So, Dick Ellsworth, R.I.P. His son, Steve Ellsworth, was also a Boston Red Sox pitcher. Okay, let's take a look at the Red Sox defense. Again, they're lacking in the infield and behind the plate. The only good infielder they have is Rico Petrocelli at short. Everybody else is below average on the infield. Okay, here we go. Tommy Harper leading off against Dick Ellsworth. He's got 1 of the 2 home runs for the Pilots this year. And he hits a ground ball sharply past the first baseman, Scott, down the right field line for a double. Good hustle for Harper. That is his first double on the season. Only the second hit, so both of his hits are extra base hits. We got lefty on lefty now as Mike Hegan steps in. I have him in the number 2 spot because he does have a good eye. He should be walking more, I would think, because of that. As he dumps it into right center field. Is that going to find a home? It does. It falls in for a hit. Harper scores 1-0 Seattle as we hold Hegan at first. So a good start to today's ball game as Rich Rollins steps in. He's our hit and run guy, much like Alan Trammell is in the Detroit Tigers sim. We're going to hit and run here with Rich Rollins. Ground ball up the middle, snagged by the shortstop. Hegan was running, so he's safe at second. And there's one out now for Don Mincher. I've come up with a much better nickname for Don Mincher. How about Don Doberman Mincher? Yeah, you get it. Ground ball to second. Hegan goes to third. Mincher 4 for 7 on the season now. Pretty solid. As Wayne Comer steps in. He had the day off yesterday. 1 for 4 on the season. And he rips it. It's going to go off the wall. It's going to be caught at the fence by the left fielder, Yaztrzemski. So we do get a run on the board, and we strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the first. Here is the lineup rundown for today's game for the Boston Red Sox. Batting leadoff in right field is Reggie Smith. Batting second, playing third base is Carmen Fanzone. Batting third in left field is Carl Yaztrzemski. Batting cleanup, playing third base, center field is Don Locke. Batting fifth, playing first base is George Scott. Batting sixth at shortstop is Rico Petrocelli. Batting seventh and catching is Hal King. And batting eighth at second base is Dalton Jones with Dick Ellsworth, the pitcher, in the ninth spot. Let's take a look at Jim Bouton making his debut for the Pilots. You can see here, Bouton, pretty solid pitcher right out of the gate for the Yankees. He went 21-7 in 1963, bounced back with a 18-win season the next year. So 2 solid years excuse me, before he went right in the toilet. 4-15, 3-8, and relegated to relief duties, cleanup duties, and then he was drafted by the Pilots in the expansion draft. We've already talked about his work of nonfiction. Ball 4, maybe the best, definitely top 3 best books about baseball, about locker rooms, about things that go on behind the scenes. Highly recommend it. Here is the defense for the Pilots. We do have our best option at second base. That's Fred Stanley. And, of course, Harper out there in right field. Not great at all with that 65. Okay, here's Reggie Smith leading off against Jim Bouton. We need 6 good innings for Bouton today, as Smith pops it up to short, carrying into the outfield grass for out number 1. Next man up is Carmen Fanzone, 1 for 9 on the season, and he walks. This has been our biggest problem. We've issued 18 walks, 19 with that one in the first 2+ games. Runner on first. Yaz up next. Ground ball to second. Can Stanley turn 2? He cannot. It's Fanzone. Safe at second on the slow roller. Only play was to get Yaz. So Don Locke has a chance here to tie up the ball game. Locke is 2 for 8 in the series on the season. And he drills it right over the short porch and right for a 2-run home run, giving the lead to the Red Sox. All right. Well, this is something we have to get used to, folks, as George Scott steps in. That's flipped over the head of our first baseman down the right field line. Scott went for a second with the second, and he was thrown out by Harper. Give him an outfield assist. We go to the top of the second, 2-1. Here is Fred Stanley leading off. Stanley, Lund, and Velazquez. Stanley flips it down the left field line, up against the wall. We're going to hold him to a single. Yaz not really known for his defense, but you still don't want to run on him. So here's Gordy Lund. He doesn't do much well. He can bunt, but not even that is good. So we're just going to give him a chance to swing away. He was 0 for 2 in game 1 of the series. A pass ball gets Stanley over to second. Now we'll try to hit it to the right side. Just try to move him up a little bit here. There we go. Good job by Lund. That'll get Stanley over. And the tying run is 90 feet away as Federico Velazquez, Freddie Velazquez, steps up. Okay, we're going to attempt a sac fly. I have no idea. Again, subpar numbers other than his power, which maybe he can get the sac fly to the outfield. We're playing small ball. A ground ball to second. Stanley holds. That's good the game does that now. I know that's been that's an updated feature, and that makes sense. Okay, so Stanley on third as the pitcher Jim Bouton steps up. I did not get a hit the previous year. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to look here real quick. Did he ever do anything good as a batter? 13 hits in 1964, a couple of doubles. So we can't expect anything from him. We'll just have him take a cut. A 1 count and a comebacker to Ellsworth. At least he put it in play. Anything could happen. We go to the bottom of the second inning, stranding the runner at third. Rico Petrocelli will lead off. He's batting .500. He has a dong, and he gets a base hit to right. I don't know if they're finding that hole here in the infield that's subpar defense, and that's why it's getting through, but that's a third Red Sox hit already. With the catcher Hal King coming up. He had the day off yesterday. He lines it to left where Hegan makes the catch almost up against the wall. 1 out. Dalton Jones, the next man up. Left-hander, he's 1 for 2. He had the day off yesterday as well. Striking out. First K of the ball game for Bouton. That will bring up Dick Ellsworth. Now, normally I'd pull the outfield in this situation, but that's no longer an option. I'm okay with that. 0-2 count. Oh, come on. A base hit to center. The guy batted .056, and he rips it into center field as Petrocelli goes to third. We're back to the top of the lineup. There's nothing we can do but throw it over the plate. Reggie Smith has got 3 home runs already. A ground ball to short. And our shortstop, Lund, makes the play. So we get out of the micro jam. We go to the top of the third. Tommy Harper leading off. Harper had the double, scored a run in the first. Ground ball to third. Play made by Fanzone. He has an error this series. Made the play cleanly. Next man up is Mike Hegan, popping it up on the infield. Shortstop Petrocelli makes the catch. So 2 quick outs for Ellsworth as Rich Rollins steps in. Rollins full count, and he scorches it to center field. 366 feet, but catchable by the center fielder Locke. We're going to the bottom of the third. So Bouton's at 35 pitches through 2. And we have 2, 3, and 4 coming up, starting with Carmen Fanzone. Ground ball to first. Mincher makes the play. 1 out. The Doberman got the ball in his mouth. Next man up is Carl Yaztrzemski. Yes, Hall of Famer. Popping it up to Mincher. 2 outs for Don Locke. He's got that 2-run blast and another hit, this time a single through the left side of the infield. 5 hits for the Sox. So Locke's on first. I don't think he's going to be running. 2 down for George Scott. Batted 171 last year and another walk. Come on. This is so frustrating. I have no right to be angry. This team is bad, and they're going to be bad all year. I just want to have a bright spot, and I don't know what it is. I have a feeling it's not going to happen at this exact moment. Yeah, it was a 3-run shot over the Green Monster, and it's 5-1. Bouton's not going to give us what we need. He might have to take a pounding today. That's Petrocelli's second home run of the season. Both home runs today came with 2 down. Just not able to close out the inning in those tough situations. We go to the top of the 4th, down 4. Here's Don Mincher leading off. Mincher, Comer, Stanley. Mincher ground ball to third. You know, this is a lot like game number 1 when we scored the 2 runs in the first, and then we didn't get a hit until late in the ball game. We're headed that direction now. Oh, as Comer gets hit in the hip. So we have a base runner, above average speed. 67% success rate. I mean, we're down 4 runs, so stolen base isn't going to get us anywhere. We need to get a rally going with our bats. Fred Stanley flies out to center for out number. Oh, it's dropped! Oh, man! The center fielder, Locke, lost it in the sun. It's a 4:30 game time, so the sun is setting, and he could not see it. So it's second and third, 1 out, and Gordy Lund at the plate. Oh, he rips it down the left field line. That's going to score 2. And we're going to hold Gordy. So a 2 RBI single. Both of those runs, only one of those runs are unearned. And the Pilots are fighting back. We might be okay with our bats. But we are certainly not great with our pitching. 1 down, runner on first for Freddie. A ground ball to third. That should be around the horn. Oh, Velazquez beating it out at first as Jim Bouton steps in. Grounded it back to Ellsworth first time up. And here he hits a grounder to second. That is out number 3. We get 2 of the runs back. And we're down 2 going to the bottom of the 4th. And it's the bottom of the lineup with Dalton Jones. So I'd like to get Bouton through at least 3 more innings here. Oh, it's just not going to happen. As Dalton Jones, wait, what happened there? He hit that off of someone's face? Did you see that? You need to go back and take a look at that. That was a home run that was like halfway up the stands, and it came back into play. So the stadium it thinks that the wall is on the right side or something. I don't know, but that's way off. But I'm glad the run didn't score. We're going to pull the corners in. I imagine Ellsworth. Oh, we could do the wheel play here, right? Lays down a bunt, and the play would go to third. Everyone, if it's a ground. Let me explain more coherently. If it's a bunt to first baseman goes to third, second baseman covers first. Here we go. Is he bunting? He is. And it's a comebacker to Bouton. It's a sacrifice works, getting Jones to third. And now we absolutely have to pull the infield in. Everybody coming in with Reggie Smith up. Jones on third, 1 down. Here we go. 1-0 count. Ground ball to second. Jones holds. And we might just be able to get out of this. Bouton at 70 pitches with his endurance at 59. Here's Carmen Fanzone, 3-2 count. And a ground ball to second. Come on, Stanley. Oh, of course, an error. It's 6-3. Oh, man. Again, another 2-out run scored. And Yaz strikes out. Second K for Bouton. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Down 3. Top of the lineup coming up. Tommy Harper, Mike Hegan, Freddie Rollins. Rich Rollins, I should say. Harper gets another hit. Gosh, he's our best player. Let's go for 2. 60% chance. Reggie throws him out. One down. Here's Mike Hegan. 1-2 count. Striking out. Only the first K for Dick Ellsworth today, as he approaches 60 pitches. And Rich Rollins pops it up. So we got greedy, trying to take a chance. With a poor team, you got to pick your poison. With our pitchers not doing well, you almost have to try to make something happen. But a 60% chance in this game does not mean 60%. It means like 10% if you just get lucky. Bouton, I didn't think he'd make it to the 5th, but he's here. And he's officially tired as he pops it up to Stanley. There's 1 down. Here's George Scott, 1 for 1 today with a walk. He skies it on the infield. Stanley should make this one as well. He does. So 2 quick outs as Bouton's at 90 pitches. Here's Rico Petrocelli, 2 for 2 today with a home run. He strikes out. Well, that's about all we can ask for from Bouton today. One of our bullpen guys has to come in and get the job done for us. Maybe go 3. Don Mincher, leading off, 4 for 8. He's got a bunch of walks, a couple sacrifice flies this year, so he's been good so far as he grounds out to short. Good range from Petrocelli. 1 out. Wayne Comer. It's a deep fly ball to center, 350 feet, but playable. And then Fred Stanley. He's got a hit today, but that error was bad, and he strikes out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ellsworth. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Out comes Jim Bouton. Not great. We got a bunch of lefties coming up. But we can't play Morris. He got the win last night. If you're a historian, give John Morris the victory in the first Pilots win. So here's Jerry Stevenson. We're going to bring in Jerry Stevenson. He went 2 innings in game number 1 and was the only good pitcher we had that day, even though he did walk 2. So we're going to ask him to give us a couple of innings in relief. Hal King leading off. King hits the grounder to short. There's out number 1. Next man up is Dalton Jones. Hit one off of someone's forehead in the bleachers last time up. Here he flies out to right. 2 outs for Dick Ellsworth. He had a hit today. Everybody's hitting it. And he strikes him out. Good screwball from Stevenson. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Stevenson will get a chance to bat here. We're only down 3. I mean, that's kind of amazing. As Lund walks. Runner on first. Freddie's up. Fred Velazquez. We can't steal. We can't hit and run. We just got to take a cut. Hope that he runs into one. Comebacker at Ellsworth. They get the force at second. Stevenson. Try to lay down a bunt. At least get him over. Get 1 run in, maybe, if we get lucky. There we go. Bunt to third. Third baseman was playing in. And he gets the job done, moving Velazquez over. And it will be up to Tommy Harper to get something done. 2-0 count. And a slow roller to short. That's a bunny. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 6-3, Boston. Reggie Smith leading off. Let's look at the in-game stats. Got to get back in the habit of that. Reggie Smith 0 for 3 today. He's chomping at the bit. 1-1 count, and he pops it up into foul ground on the third base side. Rollins makes the play. 1 out. It's going to bring up Carmen. Fanzone 0 for 2, 2 walks. I'm sorry, 0 for 2 with a walk. The Red Sox have 2 walks total, so we've done our part keeping them off the base path with free passes. As Fanzone lines out to short, Yaz gets one right past Stanley. We need a second baseman, guys. This is a big problem. That might be our first possible trade. Is to look for a second baseman. So Yaz is safe at first, 2 down, and another 2-out rally. There's nothing we can do in these situations. First and second, 2 down. George No-See Scott strikes out. Didn't see that fastball as he swung and missed. We go to the top of the 8th. We've had no runs on the board last 3 innings, so game is moving along. Ellsworth only at 83 pitches here in the 8th inning, so he's doing a pretty solid job. Hegan flips it down the left field line. Going to be caught in the corner, foul ground. Nice job by Yaz getting over there for out number 1. Next up, Rich Rollins. Hey, he sends it right back up the middle for a base hit. Rollins 1 for 4 today. 6 hits for the Pilots. Don Mincher, 1 swing of the bat can make it interesting here. Lefty on lefty violence. He walks. And that's going to do it for Ellsworth. They're going to yank him and bring in Fred Wenz. You see his 1971 Phillies card. This, what has happened here? No, he played in 1 game last year, and that's it. 1 game now this year. Holy cow, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Ground ball percentage, 40%. That fastball is rated a 94 as well. And actually, his change in sidearm curve are below average, but pretty reasonable. The 27-year-old rookie right-hander goes to arbitration in 1971. Okay. Well, I said it before, I'll say it again. A swing of the bat will tie it up now as Wayne Comer steps in. He doesn't have a lot of power, though. 0-1 count. Lazy fly ball to center. We're not going to tag. So now here's Fred Stanley. I think we've got to pull a Steve Whitaker to pinch hit, and then we'll put in Gus Gill to play second. Whitaker's got a lot of power, probably the second most powerful hitter on the team, and he's a lefty, so he's going to pinch hit here. Batted only 130 versus righties last year. Oh, he taps it right back to Wenz, and there's a ground out for out number 3. So we need to do a defensive replacement here. Gus Gill actually worse than Stanley is at second. A 60. But he is a second baseman. You just wouldn't know it. Okay, well, Jerry Stevenson, 25 pitches. If we lose this ball game, then Stevenson will be able to finish it out. So we got to give him that shot for our bullpen's sake. As Petrocelli pops it up, he's going to fall to 2 for 4 today. 1 down. Here come the lefties. Hal King, 0 for 3. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Lund makes the play. 2 down for Dalton Jones. And Jones pops it up. That was a nice screwball from Stevenson. And a great 1-2-3 inning. So Stevenson gives us 3 shutout innings. We go to the 9th. We're going to let Gordy Lund bat. He is 1 for 2. He drove in 2 runs. We're down 3. We give him a shot. And he blew it. Popping it up to second. 1 out. That'll bring up Freddie. Velazquez 0 for 3. And a base hit. There we go. Is that Velazquez's first major league hit? It is. Give him the game ball. He's a 31-year-old rookie. And he gets his first major league hit. Okay. Jerry Stevenson coming out of the ball game. Oops. And we're going to bring in Steve Hovley. I don't know what year Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely came out, but if they were playing stadium music, they would play Isn't Steve Hovley? That's stupid. Okay, here we go. Velazquez on first. And a base hit to right. Velazquez goes to third. And Tommy Harper's up. This is the guy you want. He's got the 80 power. That's average. He does have a home run. Let's see if he can come through for us here. 1 swing of the bat. We'll tie it up. 3-1. Oh, man. That was ball 4. But he took a cut. It will score Velazquez fairly easily, making it 6-4. Hovley tags and goes to second. That's risky when you're down 2, but it said 90%. So we took our shot. So Hovley on second, 2 down, and it's up to Mike Hegan to keep the game alive. Base hit up the middle. Hovley should score. That's lame. It doesn't make a difference. We have to. We need 2 runs. We do have a hit and run guy up. Yeah. I think we got a hit and run. It's what he does. It's the only thing he does. Let's see if he can get the ball on the ground through past one of these poor fielding infielders. Anywhere but shortstop. Maybe we got a shot. Here we go. Hit and run. Everybody's running. And a base hit down the right field line. Well, he can score. No, he holds at third. Oh, you know what this is, guys? This is that little tease the game gives you right at the end. It's like 2 o'clock, closing time at the bar. There's a blonde over there in the corner winking at you. But there's that Brad Pitt guy standing right behind you. She ain't looking at you. Here's Don Mincher. 2 down, first and third. Oh, it's a base hit. We tie it up. Oh, she was looking at me. I didn't know that. And it's all tied at 6. It's a good game. Well, maybe they let's just say Clay's done a good job with the updates. I'm pleased. Okay, first and second, 2 down. Wayne Comer up. He can give us the lead right here. Here we go, 3-1 count. Oh, he walks him. How are they letting Fred Wenz continue to pitch? Maybe that was the right play to walk him to get to Gus Gill. Gus Gill can't do jack. We don't have anybody else to play second base. We are most likely here. Well, somebody's got to play there next inning. So here we go. Bases loaded. Gus Gill on the mound. Maybe he gets hit by a pitch. Take one for the team, Gus. He strikes out. Oh, man. I tell you. I kind of want to put Hovley in there defensively, right? Now it's going to take out Harper. So that's taking out a good bat. But you know what? We got to try to win this game. Hopefully he's good in right field, right? Yeah, 91. So we're going to trade a better defensive player because we have a poor second baseman. And we will have to pinch hit next time through. All right. So now we bring in a new pitcher. And they're pinch hitting for Wens with Dick Schofield. Oh, we got Diego Segui. So Diego Segui is going to come in. He pitched 3 innings in game 1, and he did not do well. Giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 home run. He did strike out 3. He didn't walk anybody, so that I already like him. Okay, here we go. So Dick Schofield, senior, pinch hitting as Diego Segui steps in. So we're good everywhere but second base, which is horrible. Here we go. Bottom of the 9th inning, and Schofield rips it to left, and Hegan makes a brilliant play at the wall. Crowd's booing, but that was nice. 1 out. Reggie Smith, a ground ball to short. Lund making all the easy plays at least. And if Boston wants to walk it off, they're going to have to get Carmen Fanzone on base. Oh, shoot. That's a base hit. How come the ball that lands right here is the hit, but the ball that lands over here is always caught? These are questions that you shouldn't ask. More importantly, Yaz is up. We got to guard the line here. I think I know I said this at some point, but Carl Yaztrzemski did not win the Triple Crown in 68. He won in 67. That is my bad. I said that by accident. As he grounds out to 3rd, and we're going to the 10th. We got some free baseball. This is the guy you want in there, Don Newhouser. He walked 2 and a wild pitch. Now, he's got a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, rated an 87, the 21-year-old righty. Doesn't go to arbitration until 1971. Okay, so here's Gordy Lund, leading off the 10th, and he walks. Maybe Gordy Lund is the guy we got to get in the number 2 spot. Because I believe that, oh, okay, never mind. So he's got 2 walks both of them. Let's not get excited. Freddie Velazquez. What are we going to do here? He got his first major league hit. He can't bunt. Maybe we should try? Worst thing he could do is strike out, which would be better than hitting into a double play. So we're going to attempt to sacrifice with Federico. Federico Suave back to the pitcher. Oh, he gets the job done. Wow, good job. Lund in scoring position for Steve Hovley. This is big. He's 1 for 1. Base hit will give us the lead. Fly ball to right center field. That's deep enough to get Lund over. Lund safe at 3rd. Wild pitch would give us the lead. Damn it. I really need Segui to stay in there, but we got to try to win it right here. So Segui comes out. We're going to bring in Ray McNerney because he's going to catch probably anyway. He's our best hitter on the bench. Certainly not Ray Euler. So here's Jerry McNerney. Let's get the ball in play. 2 down, runner on 3rd, 1-0 count. And a fly ball to center. That's not going to get it done. All right. Man, oh man. I think we're down to our last pitcher. Defense looks good. Yeah, Jack Acker. He only threw 1/3 of an inning. Taking a look there. Doesn't have much of a fastball. In fact, he doesn't have one in his arsenal. It's a curve sinker combo. And Don Locke leading off, bottom of the 10th. Here we go. This is a cleanup hitter. He's 3 for 4 today with a home run, and Acker strikes him out. Good job there. 1 down. George Scott up next. Oh, he strikes him out as the curve just dropped. Right through the top part of the zone. That you have an argument with, I think. 2 outs. Back-to-back Ks. Maybe the first time we've had 2 Ks in a row. Here's Rico Petrocelli. Oh, yeah, he's somebody to be afraid of. But he sends a fly ball to center. And he's out number 3. We're going to the 11th. Again. Don Newhouser stays in the game. Mike Hegan leading it off. Striking out. First K for Newhouser. It's going to bring up Rich Rollins. 2 for 5 today with a ribby. Ground ball to short. 2 quick outs. Here's the Doberman. Don Mincher. Walks. So we have Mincher on first. We have nobody that can pinch run. We have to let Wayne Comer take a cut. Ground ball to third. And an easy play. We're going to the bottom of the 11th. And it's the bottom of third of the Red Sox lineup with Hal King leading off against Acker. He walks. Okay. Leadoff man is on. We're going to pull the third baseman in. He could bunt. 2-1 count. Nope. Slices it to left, and it falls in for a hit. They're going to pinch hit with Tony Canigliaro. This is pretty much the ball game here. We're going to play straight away for a double play possibility. Tony C's up. Nobody out. Game on the line. Flips it to left center field. That's going to fall in for a hit. That's the ball game. Pilots lose 7-6. We made it interesting. Fall to 1-2 on the season. No trade offers. Who would they want anyway? Let's take a look at the standings. Seattle, right there in the middle. Hey, we're not Chicago. We're not Detroit. Coming off of winning the World Series. My Tigers are 0-2. Taking a look at the National League. St. Louis is 2-0. San Diego's 0-2. What else do you need to know, really? Let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac baseball daily beat. Win over Chicago ties Cleveland for the lead. Only 17,761 fans. Looking to see here if there's anything of note. Nothing too exciting. I rely on James to give me the what I missed. Al Downing set down 13 batters on his way to a 2-1 win over Detroit. I'm assuming that means 13 strikeouts. Excellent game. 7 innings, give no earned runs, and he had 4 walks and nothing else. Okay. Transactions. Let's take a look. Nothing. Season started and nothing has happened. I'll make sure I have all the proper headings here chosen, and I do. So, okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. It's going to be a long season, folks. But if the games are entertaining like that, we got something to enjoy. Player of the game, I think we might have to give it to Gordy Lund? Question mark? He had 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Let's give it to Gordy. And Fred Stanley's error, that blew chunks. Jim Bouton, wow, we have no starting pitchers, guys. Jerry Stevenson in the bullpen now, but he's getting the job done in relief. He might become a starter for us. Good job by Diego. And Jack Acker blew it. Okay, folks, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow, finish off the final game of the 4-game series before we head home for our home opener against the Yankees. So until tomorrow, everyone, have a great night.